I'm Edward LU from Canon. I arrived here in the US in April, and over the last 3 months, I've been traveling around the country, across country, meeting with our friends, professionals, partners across states. In fact, during my visit, I have been really excited about the growth and the opportunities for these industries here. It has been great to see growing adoptions of clean energies across the industries, and the wave of the innovations industry players have been adopting to drive our mining industries. This is really a good sign that in this industry is really transforming, and this points to a very positive future of our industry ahead. When we look at this, what is happening globally to the traditional energy, volatilities in supply demand, along with its environment impact, having affected not only the industry, but also the aspects of our daily lives. It once again it reminded people of the urgency for the great adoption of green energy. And Bitcoin mining is an active role to play in these ongoing transformations of this global energy market. For the Bitcoin mining industries to be accepted into mainstream as well, the sustainability of its industry becomes a very key challenge that must be overcome. And in fact, I would like to argue that the sustainability of Bitcoin mining industry is closely related to our future humanity. Since the creation of the first Genesis block in 2009, computing efficiency has rapidly increased to trillions calculations per second. And this triggered a number of revolutions in this industry. At the first, the only NASDAQ-listed Bitcoin mining manufacturer, Canon, has seen the emergence of Bitcoin exchange and large numbers of mining companies in the capital market that has brought unprecedented level of capital and market opportunities to these mining industries. Taking Bitcoin historical price performance as a reference, the adjusted price of Bitcoin has always trended upwards year on year, in fact, even if the price have fallen by 50% at a certain period, as we all know. This bodes well for the future of the Bitcoin mining industry. And at the same time, the future growth of Bitcoin mining industry is also dependent on whether it can benefit human society. So sustainable Bitcoin mining is thus one way for the industry to gain wide recognition from mainstream industries. And of course, a key point we must understand, that is the decentralization. For me, decentralization is, in fact, a globalization. As a globalized, decentralized network, Bitcoin has achieved great success in the technology, finance sectors, and as well. And as more people start to pay attention to the environment impact of the Bitcoin network, we can expect the Bitcoin mining industry to continue reducing the reliance on traditional energy sources. To achieve this, the Bitcoin mining industry has made some progress recently. And this includes the upgrading and also the conversion of traditional power grid infrastructure into green power grid. Thus, Bitcoin mining is now able to effectively utilize in the power grid's excess capacity for monetary units, games as well. With this development, Bitcoin mining has also become a flexible load, which encourages and promotes the use of sustainable energy for the development of green power and also the grid development. In North America, the large mining companies also started formed the industrial associations to track the usage and ratio of sustainable electricity. People sitting here, we all know this is a trend, this is the future, our mining futures. So according to a report released by the Bitcoin Mining Council on July 20th, the sustainable electricity mix for global Bitcoin mining industry currently stands at 60%. While this has helped address misconceptions about Bitcoin mining industry high energy consumptions. As in fact, the sustainable mining industry still requires greater energy utilization, greater computing power, and greater use of renewable energy. This is still much work for all of us to do in the coming futures. For the past 2 years, Avalon has really hard at building a green Bitcoin mining industry. Starting with our products, our R&D engineers, they spend thousands of hours finding the perfect balance between the high performance and power consumptions. This involves not only process involvement of our computing chips, but also new packaging designs, structures, and also the improvements to our low power consumption and heat, and also reducing the heat technologies. Avalon is also active seeking from our more strategic partners, those partners with green mines as well, where their infrastructures are at least partially or totally using the green energies. Avalon is also setting up our Canon service centers worldwide, including the North American market. We offer localized and timely response to our partners. We will also provide professional technical support that includes machine deployment, maintenance for mining facilities that are qualified to implement clean energy as well. We have a booth outside here, not too far from here. AvalonMade has put a lot of effort when it comes to mining efficiency. And today, we officially launched AvalonMade 1266. And this is our new miners that has achieved a hash rate over 100 terahash per second and has an energy efficiency ratio below 35 joule, making it one of the most energy efficient air-cooled miners in the market today. And again, I would like to highlight the importance of another technology, which is immersion cooling system. I remember when I was visiting many clients in Texas, our clients, the engineers in Texas mentioned to me many times the weather conditions in Texas or in the other areas, the frequent sandstorms, huge temperature fluctuations between day and nights, winter and summer, affecting, in fact, the operations of the miner machines. And moreover, the engineers there told me that the water in the Texas has a higher salt content compared to the other areas, which probably will lead to the erosion of the equipment components when you're using water cooling system. So immersion oil cooling technology is still probably pretty good for this kind of specific environment, the weather, extreme weather and climate conditions. With immersion oil cooling, Bitcoin mining can break free of environment limitations, making it one of the most promising development for the future of the mining industries. Of course, green energy is relevant not only to the Bitcoin mining industries, but also the future of human society. Let us now take a closer look at the relationship between the green energy grid and also the Bitcoin mining industries. How this energy mix with the green energy grid is changing. On one hand, clean energy has lowered the electricity cost for miners, naturally benefiting the development of this industry, of course. On the other hand, the Bitcoin mining industry can serve as a resilient and flexible load for the green energy grid. Based on what I know, some state governments here in the States have invested heavily in green energy projects, even such during the snowstorm or heat waves. For example, in general, when the supply of electricity exceeds the local demand, Bitcoin mining can turn this exceed capacity into a storable value by using our minings, right? We all know this. And of course, during the peak season, the operators of the grid can exercise their contractual rights to disconnect our system, returning the electricity power back to the grid. By doing so, miners will be compensated with the discounts on the electricity power. As a result, this kind of symbiotic relationship between the green energy grid and Bitcoin mining will be established, and this is also a very positive approach, I think, for green mining business. Of course, the share of green electricity in the mining industry has shifted dramatically since last spring. We all know, due to the Chinese government ban on the mining industry, the proportions of network of using green energy has been dropping rapidly from 42% to 25%. But on the other hand, well, we all know that previously we are using hydro minings in Sichuan province, a lot of hydros. But this also means that moving forward, the wind and solar energy will mark up a large proportion of green energy in the coming mining industries as well. This makes sense from the perspective of global energy mix. The International Energy Agency, IEA, anticipates by the year of 2021, the capacity of renewable energy generations will increase by more than 8%. And 2/3 of this growth will be contributed by solar and the wind energy as well. So statistics from the International Energy Agency shows that the production cost of solar power generations will fall 10-fold since 2010, with the average annual growth of solar power generations reaching 42% over the past decades. By 2040, the solar power generation is estimated to be 43% higher than what was projected for 2018. In part due to the cost of solar generation being 20% to 50% lower than the expected. Solar energy will be a key fact, driving our sustainable mining business, in fact. And the development of those equipment will pave the way for the transformation of the mining industries. In this regard, AvalonMade has already partnered with many partners in Europe, in the US as well. Most of our machines in their mines are running on power from solar panels. Going forward, we will continue to prioritize these sustainable mining energy sources. And we seek also more closer collaborations with more mining companies that deploy green energy. And in fact, we believe, AvalonMade believe that we will become your most trustworthy partners in these mining industries. And I do believe if we work together towards a more sustainable mining industries, there's a brighter future, green and greener. Thank you for your attention.